Hello and welcome to another presentation of Indie's Education. In this presentation, again, it is another soldering practice video. In this video, I will desolder all the components as much as I can, because from the previous video, you know that not all the components are possible to desolder. They are not on that quality due to the poor quality boards used, but I will try my best. What I will do is I will desolder as I said, as much component as I can. I will show you from other side as well. So I will take this 40 pins, 20 pins off, these 20 pins off, and do all the switches as much as I can. Then I will try to solder it back. And for this, I will be using my Atten ST 862D and my Hako FX951. Now let's get started. The reason for this video is solely for my practice, and hopefully you will be able to get away something. At least you know that what happened with this. But for this, I will not be using professional grade flux again, and I will be using my DIY flux. This DIY flux is 50% of the isopropanol alcohol and 50% of resin flux. The reason I'm not using professional grade flux, because I know they are professional, they are more practical for this job, but obviously I'm not using it because I want to see that how far the DIY flux can go. People knows there are plenty of videos where you see everyone using the professional grade flux, but the thing is that I don't know. I haven't I haven't gone through that kind of experience line. So I want to educate myself. And welcome back. Welcome to my channel. Now let's get started. As the beginning, what I will do is I will turn on my solder. I will turn it on. So as I'm turning it on, as you can see, it's on the holder at the moment. But I will bring it back to my arm position. So I'll get it at the arm, and so I don't have to hold it anymore. That's I think that is a practical good tricks for doing this job. And as you know that you can get it really close approximation. Same time, I don't want to get too close just to avoid damaging my camera. Now as I have turned it on already, so the plan is first to desolder this switch. Then I will try to avoid the plastic part as much as I can. But then another practical aspect would be take off this socket, this USB 2.0 micro USB 2.0 switch, and you can see the contact points are this side, but there are some contact points on the other side as well. See how it plays. It will be a tricky job because all 4 pins are there, but there are another micro 4 pins are there. So rather than wasting time on there, I will try to get more easier job. For this, I will take these 20 pins off. I will be using my the largest size of the solder. Which one did I use last time? So these are the 2 large size. I will use this one. So I'll be using the magic combination of 50% air at 400 degrees Celsius. And I will not put nozzle too tight. This is another problem. Again, I would just want to introducing you to my whole setting. So I'm not holding this, and on this way I am completely I'm in better control of the whole board. Now I will turn on with the switch. The switch is there. So I will press this switch and it will be turned on. And the setting is given to 400 degree anyway from the beginning. So I'll make it more vertically and see the outcome of the desoldering. The whole process is a bit challenging for me because I am doing my amateur videos. I'm learning myself, but sometimes I'm making the YouTube video, and nothing is professional grade. I must accept it. The reason behind is that you don't know how far you can go. Once you see that people are watching, things are getting in quality, then you can do more invest. But again, on that case, there are popular topics on the video. If you follow my channel, you will see that there are diverse range of videos in my channel. The reason of being diverse is that I don't follow the curve of professional, the popular videos. I just try to I just try to gain diverse experience in diverse field. That's how I think is more valid approach of for me to build up diverse skills. Now this is in 410 degrees Celsius, and I have to take it in even way. Okay, so at this stage, I will try to add some flux. This will help to transfer the heat more even way. So I'm putting my flux. There are fire hazard, as I can see. So they use most of the smoke. Let's try to tweak. Okay, to try to tweak my board. I just want to tweak. So I think there's optimum temperature. That way it accumulates that whole temperature get to certain point, and on that point, all of a sudden, all the pins become more weaker, and it's easy to take out. You see, this thing has already been dislodged with the direct heat. I'm just giving it a tweak if it's to see if these guys are getting more weaker. So I think my approach is not too bad, because there are no point just to take things guaranteed from other people, rather than tweaking things on your own, and rather than buying the expensive stuff at the first place. I'd like to try all the cheap options available. Maybe it is working for someone, but that doesn't guarantee that it will work for me. So for this whole thing, my whole YouTube channel is a DIY setup, and my philosophy is that if I can do this, you can do this too. So let's get started. And obviously there are lots of negative side of the whole thing as this, because I got my channel for 3 years, and people are not really watching that many stuff, and it's not getting monetized or things like that. Till now, all the investment I'm doing is from my own pocket, and but obviously I'm doing it for my own sake, that I'm learning things, new skills. Hopefully this will compensate, and I'll be able to make more professional grade content in the future. Yeah, just to give you some example is that at the moment I'm using really loudly, because I don't want to edit the video in the computer. I just want to directly put it on the YouTube. But for this, the quality is not there. The voice quality is not there. You need professional grade tools. You need to buy expensive Adobe softwares, which are not really easy. As you can see, the pins are weakening. So this is the good news. But I'm sure the other side is melting. The other side is melting. So just to see that how far I can go. So this board was laying in my dryer for quite a long period of time. So yeah, it came back, and the quality is not too bad. Now I will take the second pin. I just want to show you guys, and I don't want to damage it because it's soft at the moment. As you can see, this pin was taken off just now, and the plastic itself has not been melted, and so far I think it is possible that I'll be able to put it back again. Now let's get started with other one. Okay, so it's 40 pins. It was divided in 2 slots. I did not realize that, and other 20 pins are left. Silly me, because there are so much going on for me that it's difficult for me to be perfect in one instance. But let's see how it goes. The other pin. for instance, most of the YouTube video I have seen with Atten ST H62D soldering rework station, nobody use extended arm for holding the soldering bit, but which is working for me. But maybe I haven't seen enough video. That is another story. So, but how is it going on? It was melted at the beginning, but now it has solidified again. So I have to be really careful to dislodge it. And as I said, that I don't want to damage it or anyway things like that. I will give it some more DIY solder. So I'll give some more DIY touch. This will again generate lots of smokes. So this is another hazard, and you can do this in a professional workplace where the smoke alarm is problematic. That if you set the smoke alarm, then you will be told off. Because as I work in facilities, the whole facilities will be closed, and which is no good. Okay, so the quality is the other one came back as well. Now let's go back to the other end. So as I'm just heating it up, but I'm not giving my DIY flux yet. What I will do is, the reason I'm not giving the DIY flux is that the DIY flux can just hold it for so long before it just evaporates, and so I have to get, there's like a critical heat point. Once the whole pins get that warm, then I can give the DIY solder. Okay, now it has I believe it has come to the point that I can use my DIY solder. Forgive me about my voice quality, because I'm just shouting on the camera at the moment, because just to make things more just to avoid editing the whole thing, because it's a nightmare. It's not really easy to work with DIY tools, but I do whatever I have to do because I'm not really concerned about getting my channel monetized in one day. I do expect some income to come from this, but hopefully when contents will be in quality, that will happen anyway. Now let's focus on this job. So what it is happening, that it is creating quite a bit of smoke, and from the previous experience, I will just focus on this half of the pins, which are 20 pins. So because these are slotted in, there are 2 slots of pin. How is it? I think it's almost there. Surprisingly, it takes quite a long time. I will take this pin off. It has cooked. It has been cooked. Yes, so basically that's the way things are going. It's not particularly too much great, but I never complain. That's the way I am. Just take one thing at a time. There are only so much I can do with the given resources, given time. All this, I have full-time work. I have to do my work, and whenever I get time, I try to do studies from other people's channel as well. I try to build my own experience. Okay, so there is a small cap. The small microcontroller has gone off, so I keep it in one side, make sure nothing get lost. How is this guy doing? So why are not they melting like the first one? I just wonder. I might give them. Okay, this guy has been come off as well, so I put him in one side. This guy has come off. Okay, so the thing is, most of the time you are more concerned about this kind of SMD component rather than the pin itself, because the pins are cheap component. You can buy them, and there are very little instance where you will be replacing the whole pin. So for this reason, it's just a purely practice that how much this is the strong point. The pins are always soldered in very strong way. So that's why they're difficult to take off, but I'm trying my best. You can see some black stuff. I think the black stuff come from the cotton buds I used to take to put the flask on. So the cotton buds itself has melted a bit because they are synthetic rubber. synthetic. They are synthetic nylon. So how's things going on at the moment? I may look from other side and give you guys quick. Oh, these guys are look like okay. I think the other one, the other pin, they are not like the previous one in two slotted. They are in multiple slotted. They are in one slot. The whole thing is in one slot. It's not melting. So on that case, I will do my whatever I do. Okay, but I think at this stage I will not be too much worried about this because I see the board has become quite a bit of black, and by this time I do something more important, taking up this pin. See how this goes. For this I will get the pin in other way. Okay, so if I see that way, this is the point I would like to take off this pin, this micro USB pin. So let's see how it goes, because this is important work. For instance, you can change your mobile phone micro USB pins in this way. But again, I will put my silly flux again. I must not directly hit this. I just put it here and then I will hit it up. See how far it can hold. My main concern is the conclusion is you can do this to the double-sided board. The double-sided board. Okay, this guy come off really quickly, and I think this is more. This job has. I will shut down the machine for a bit. So I shut down the machine for a bit, and wait, I just dropped some of my liquid flux. They're horrible stuff. They get solidified really quickly because inside them are alcohol, and the resin flux is itself. So the alcohol evaporates and the resin flux just gets solidified. So before it solidifies too much. Okay, so I can see this video is already 17 minutes, so I will not I think we have too much over ambition, so I will not go on that part. So basically we have desoldered two components. So we have desoldered this and we have desoldered the micro USB. Now let's try to put it back, see if it works or not. So clearly the micro USB, you may have seen my other videos as well, and any USB has got 4 cables. Hopefully you can see here. It's really difficult to see. So any USB has got 4 cables. So these 4 micro pins, I have to put it back in this location, and these 1 2 3 4 contact points are purely for just holding it back, and they work as a ground as well. Now let me try to put it back. If I try to put it back rather than putting solder at the first place, see how it works. So I have to put this 2 pin inside the slot. So I put it inside the slot. If I put inside the slot, so basically what happened is that the solder has grooved itself. And okay, so if I try on this way, this is another thing that I'm doing all this micro soldering without any microscope, which is a must-have for the DIY soldering. But my philosophy is that let's try how far I can go without a microscope before I buy one, because there are no point that if I buy a microscope and if I don't use it, it just will be waste of money basically. So this DIY, this assembly soldering, rather than going all the tutorials, I will just purely try to put it back just with the soldering heat gun. See how it works. Okay, so I get my soldering heat gun pointed again. So okay, it has dislodged itself. First I will put some flux again and try to avoid the disaster we had last time. So I put my flux here and you will see it will generate again too much smoke. So I have to overcome the whole thing. let's start it and turn on the Atten H62D. So as I put it, I will take it more close. I'll get it more close. So I'm heating it up and it's melting. By this time I will be just waiting for solder flask to work more. When I see the smoke coming, on that time I will put my component back. Okay, I can see it's shining. That means it is the time to do the job. There is a possibility of making bridge, but I take the risk of whatever I can do. This guy is melting. Clearly this guy is melting and I have to hold it back properly. Someone, one of my viewer, he advised me a lot regarding the whole soldering process. He has advised me to see videos from Northridge repair, and I let him know that I'm a big fan of Northridge, and I do watch Louis Rossman, Electronic Boom, and all the videos you guys watch as well. So there are no harm of trying on my own. I will take it back and I will turn it off. I turn it off. I can see, as you can see, the thing has been put. Now I don't know that if I will be able to power it on, because the thing is I don't have any power, but I can see all the points. I can see all the points has not made any bridge. This is the disaster. I drop it again. So the end is that that's what we got, the blackboard with this. But before I quit, I must do quickly this other 40 pins. So let's put it back. It's really hot, and as I said, it's not particularly a pleasant experience doing things in DIY way, and I literally have to shout at the camera so that I can directly can publish to the YouTube this garbage video, but obviously, as I as I told you, that these are all for gaining my own experience. But hopefully you may can get something from this poor guy's video. But don't put any don't put any thumbs down, because that's really affect things. I'm just trying to do some practice on myself, and if my qualities are good, then hopefully in the future I get more confidence. I'll be able to talk more confidently in camera, and I'll be able to make more professional grade videos. So so as you guys are already supporting me, so please don't leave me, and just keep watching my video. Provide your suggestion to improve. I know that I've got plenty to improve. And now how this guy is going. So this was like this. I will put it in manual way. It has bended and damaged, but in professional scenario, obviously when you take parts off, you don't put it back. Most of the time you put the new one. You don't just put the bended bruised part. So okay, there are some breaches. I mean, some of the holes are closed. Some of the holes are closed. So what I will do is I will try to put air from opposite direction, then it will be melted, and I will just slot it back. So if I hold like this, and if I get my heat gun position like this, so get it more close, lower it. Okay, so if I hold this guy like this, get a little bit more closer, and then turn him on. But before that, again, I must put some flask in it, because flask just equally distributes the heat. This time I'll put the flask in this side. So okay, so I will be using my Hako FX951 this time, because when the pins are on, these are long pin, and they need to be soldered with soldering iron, not with the heat gun. But I will try to see. I just watch and see, observe that how things goes. So the heats are going, and Atten is at the moment is 410 degrees Celsius. I will just give it, I just count 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Try to put it back. They're really hot. I don't want to injure myself like last time. The whole thing, they just be like a clip. But I will try my best. I will try my best. I will try the fresh side this time. For God's sake, please get in. Okay, I think I should just clean it first. I should give it a good clean, because the flask is already there. So if I just take some soldering bread, with that soldering bread I'll be able to do this. But hey, this video is already too long. I'll see you at next time. Thank you very much.